And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. From Braemar Arena's West Rink, we have the 49th annual John E. Reimann tournament. It's a Junior Gold B championship from the legendary Braemar Arena, which we love to call home of the Edina Hornets. And we welcome you all in to what should be a great game here between York High School out of Illinois and the Centennial Junior Gold B. I had a chance to see a couple of games at the start of the campaign, looking out over Braemar's South Rink, and I saw Centennial opening up. I believe it was against Minnetonka Black, and they looked impressive in their 7-2 win, and they found their way here into the championship games by winning their pool and having a 7-2 win over Minnetonka Black. They tied Osseo Maple Grove 2-all. And then defeated Prior Lake 7-2 and topped Edina White 7-2 in the semifinal round matchup earlier this morning. Holy Family was a victim of York, Illinois by a score of 6-1. Wayzata Gold fell by a score of 5-0. Edina White did beat York by a score of 3-2. But then York, Illinois turned back and beat Edina Green in the semifinal round game this morning by a score of 6-1. Leading goal scorers for these teams, Casey Bergwald of Centennial has 6 coming into this one. Carson Forsberg with 3 for York, Illinois. And leading the way in points is Gunnar Hoyda for Centennial and Paul Degembe for York. York, Illinois will be moving from left to right across your screen. They have their dark black with green trimmed sweaters along with the white numbers. Meanwhile, Centennial wearing their home whites. As we have an icing right out of the break, out of the shoot here. Starting in goal for Centennial will be Matthew Kaufman, as he will be faced off to your right. And we'll get you situated on the goaltending in the York net here in a minute. As the puck is played back in behind the net. Brady Zins was there for Centennial. Chance, they score! Oh, they took little time getting started. Nice feed out of the end wall there, and that'll be finished. Wow, I believe that was Jack Hummock that finished that one there, but we'll have to wait to see that one on the replay. But wow. Carter Noonmaker is getting the start and goal, by the way, for York. Let's take a look at this one on replay real quick before we drop that puck. You'll see the pass came right out of the corner. Nice little subtle play. Watch number 92 was off the end boards. Nahumik was there as he finishes and gives his club the 1-0 lead. Back in behind the net now. That's Gavin Berg for Centennial as he's going to be forced. The Cougars will outlet back into the neutral zone. That's on the stick of Gadiant as he'll play back into the corner. Giving chase there is Ryan Cahill. Cahill will be bothered on the play. Forecheck is put in there. It's Ashton Sigrist was leading the way for Centennial, but smoothly out of the zone comes Cahill. Cahill sent the feed over to the near side for Justin Lococo, as that's going to be picked up now by Gunnar Hoyheta. He'll now carry this one to the neutral zone, left wing on the feed. That's redirected in by Logan Garcia, and it's going to be picked up by York's defensive Roberto Salerno. To the left wing wall it goes. Quickly over to cover there was Centennial. The puck will be played to an open wing, and to the length of ice it doesn't go. We were all kind of expecting an ice there. It's William Collette. Plays that up to the left wing side. That's going to be deflected. Now look out. Here comes Kuzabaski. He'll have that and play that one ahead. Nice stick there to break that up. Salerno. York will play that off the near boards, and moving in on that one is Alexander Golden Albrego. That's going to be played in wide of the goaltender. That's going to be Noonmaker looking on to his left, and we'll have an icing call, and back the other way we go. So officially that goal was scored by York's number 92. That's Carson, I've checked that, Jack Nahumik, assisted by Grant Hickman and Alex Fuentes. There's a nice save in on goal from Kaufman, turns that one aside. And now it's going to be York going to work. They've had the extra jump here in the offensive zone, no question. From the end boards, that's going to be Golden Albergo, who plays that one up to the near side. That's a nice stick to keep it alive. But there to play it back into the zone is Reimann Glorioso. York now in transition. Get away from one man. That's played in deep there by Nehamick. And over to the near side, that's going to be played back in by Loser. Waiting for that is Raymond of the Centennial Cougars. As York looking to establish their offensive zone forecheck, as it's been solid so far. Back in behind, it's Robert Raymond to the near wall. That's going to be Loser to play that one in. And now over the right wing side, there is Nalepka for the Cougars. Stick save. Rebound. A big juicy one there on the way out. That was Degembe with the look and the opportunity. And we have a penalty coming up. Looks like we're going to have a cross check here. That's going to be Connor Schenkenberg is going to go for York. And that'll put the Chiefs, I was calling them, the Cougars, that's their high school, and mostly their youth, but junior gold, we like to mix that up a little bit. So it's the Chiefs of Centennial. Face-off pulled back by Gunnar Hoyta to the near side, picked up by Brooks Larson. Well, control on the near side, played up to the line. Nice give and go to the net. That was off the end boards. That was Casey Bergwald with that feed. Had the stick down for the target. Over to the near side, that's Lewis. Back up to the line. Guided in by Berg. Down the right wing wall. Look out, nearly lost the handle. They kept it alive. Berg, top of the umbrella. His wrist shot through traffic, reaching down to make that glove hand save is Noonmaker. And he'll freeze the play there. That goal was scored 25 seconds into the hockey game. Penalty was taken now with 11:44 to go in the period. Kicked ahead, but then picked up by the Chiefs to the near side. They're going to regroup. Brooks Larson with it. Looks back toward the middle. Instead comes against to the near side. That's going to be played back into the corner. Back to retreat is York. On that puck there was Ryan Cahill. Finds an opening, and he'll play that one through. That's steered aside there by Matthew Kaufman. Here come the Chiefs back in across the line. They'll play that one wide. Big check thrown there by Salerno. Whoa, that looks like it drew a penalty. We'll take a look here what we have. What's he going to call here? Interference. Let's take a look at this one on the replay. We'll show you what happened back in across the line here. You'll see Salerno there is at the blue line as he comes across. Yeah, it's the old school obstruction interference. Used to be a great play when I played in the late 80s. There's a chance of the slot. It's a 5-on-3. It's abbreviated. That one came with 10:39 to go in the period. Looks like there's some discussion that needs to be had over at the board. They now have it. Whenever you see the linesman drop the puck on the ice to keep it cold, it always becomes a little bit concerning. You say, uh-oh, we're going to be in for a long discussion here, but this one seems like it's going to be over pretty quickly. There's some scoreboard adjustments to make here, I think. Here we go. We're back underway. There's a save and a rebound. There to shut the door was Noonmaker. Over the near corner. Played up to the line. Nice stick there to keep it alive. Grant Hickman. That's going to be cut off at center ice and turned back up. Wow. Nice denial, high slot area there by York, and they not only get it out of the zone, but on goal to avert the icing call. Some good hockey there by them. Played off the wall. That was Cahill. 5-on-3 continues, and they're going to play that one back into the Chief zone. They're going to regroup behind with Ethan Lewis. Lewis pass missed the mark, and it's going to be York just to gather and flip it right back down. And there we go. Back into the neutral zone. Hoyta with it. Left wing feed for Ethan Lewis. He's bothered on the play there by Mario Maloney. Now Hoyta from the end wall. Near boards it goes. That's going to be Lewis. It's 5-on-4. Back end of the 5-on-3 that they had. Nice feed. There's a puck gathering and shooting. There was Lewis. He had the blocker pad, but a nice job by Noonmaker to stay calm in his left to right butterfly slide to get there and took that space away. Turned back into the corner by Kaufman. Now there's Garcia. Out of the zone come the Chiefs, as that's going to be off a stick, and that's going to be controlled now by William Loser. Around the near wall. Ooh, that took a funny carom there. They'll chip the glass high and get it the length of the ice. Need to be reminded in JGB they don't have the icing call on the penalties. My mistake. Played back over to the neutral zone. It's back to normal hockey. I mean, you bounce back and forth from various rules. It's pretty classic. Shot turned in on goal. That's Landmeyer that had the opportunity there for the Chiefs. Protected back the other way. They'll stay with that one. That's Logan Clayfen with it to the near side. That's going to be Zins. He'll play that to the neutral. Gathered up by Loser. Sent right back in. It's going to be Collette with it behind his own net. He'll play this around the wall. A goal scored 25 seconds into the game by Jack Nahamick to give the York, Illinois Hockey Club the 1-0 lead. Played back into the neutral zone. Off the wall it goes. That's a little bit too far. Clayfen is there. Off the boards. Whoa, look out. Hit his own goaltender with that. Nearly friendly fire. Back behind the net. Nice work to get away from that forecheck by Collette up to the line. That's going to be gathered by Salerno. His shot turned into the corner. Back up to Salerno from the right point. He looks toward the middle, says no, goes to the near side. That's Forsberg with it. Plays that one through traffic. Now it's going to be Madden Taylor. Taylor has it, spins away from the check of Nalepka and works this one into the corner. They're 2-on-2 as they battle. Third player for the Chiefs comes in to give some trouble. Collette off the glass. That's off the mitts there of Salerno as they'll have to regroup and play into the neutral zone. That's off the stick of Lococo. Near side it goes. They'll chip the wall, and on the move it's Salerno. He has a man in front of the slot. Closed on quickly with an opportunity down low. That was Ryan Cahill as the Chiefs with the back pressure there, led by Casey Bergwald. Here they come back out of the zone now. This is going to be 3-on-3 across the line. They'll carry this one wide. York has had a very solid game in all three zones. Support everywhere. Not giving Centennial any room to work here so far in the early going of this hockey game and holding the 1-0 lead. There's a shot that's deflected. That was Nicholas Clough with that one. Now he'll get it back, and he'll play this one back up toward the slot area as that's picked off and controlled by the Centennial Chiefs. Possession regained by York as they're going to play this one to the left wing side. That's Glorioso. He'll put on the brakes and have some pressure there as they'll get that, though, back in behind. Glorioso is there, looked out to the corner. He had Beckham Hart there. Now back into the corner, waiting on that one is Glorioso again, as that's nice cycling there. That's off some gear there, and that's Benjamin Jensen that had a nice shift there. He is in front, number 82. Mixing some things up a little bit there. I'd like to remind you that we have the Minnesota Hockey Game of the Week. You can catch it all in Live Barn right there. You can hit your QR code, watch a youth hockey game of the week starting from a couple weeks ago to now. We feature these events here at the Edina holiday tournaments and the various weekend tournaments that they have. Played back off the end boards. We'll have all of the Minnesota Youth Region, District, and State tournaments, Junior Gold playdowns. We'll have a special landing page on Live Barn. Much of that used to be mnhockey.tv, which, of course, yours truly was the founder of, actually, and we got purchased by Live Barn, and it's been a great partnership, a great deal. It's a great place for us to all be. And we've really found our rhythm. We've got some great cameras now like this that you can see. The new Live Barn studio that's featuring this game. We have some specialty shows that we can do as well. All of this, Live Barn studio, coming to a rink near you and very soon. Played back through traffic. That one's bounced off a stick. York going back to work in the offensive zone here. Gavin Berg was there for Centennial. Now it's Loser that played that into the corner. He'll get it back from the left point. His shot's blocked and picked up on the stick of Ethan Lewis. Now Lewis will advance that one ahead for Bergwald, who was stopped on the way out. Back into their own zone. That's going to be Clayfen with it. Back into the corner for Berg, and a penalty coming up. This will be a slash, and it'll be on Centennial. Let's see who we got here on the way out. Let's get a number here. That's going to go on Logan Clayfen. 4:29 to go here in the first period. York leading by a score of 1-0. That goal scored 25 seconds into this hockey game. There's a puck that's chopped at toward the right wing side. Ooh, that's cut off in the high slot. There's another penalty coming up. Look out! There it is. Possession made. And what do we have here? It looks like we will have a tripping call. Yes, coming that way for the Chiefs. Jackson Landmeyer. We'll reset it again. Now it's going to be 5-on-3. Had a 5-on-3 the other way in our first game on the 16U, and Prior Lake took advantage in theirs. So let's see if that can happen here. They score, and sure they can. They take advantage from a long shot by Charles Malcolm. He scores the goal there to give his team the 2-0 lead. Now it's going to be the Chiefs down one man. Let's take a look at the replay here. It's just simple. It's right off the draw. Quick win there. Nice battle to get the extra stick on that one. That shot goes in on goal. A lot of work off that draw was put in by Grant Hickman. I believe Alex Fuentes had that face-off win for York as they go up now 2-0 here from Braemar Arena late in this first period. Nehamic gets the assist along with Fuentes on the goal for Charles Malcolm. A power play marker, and it's now 2-0 York over Centennial. The Duke's on the puck now as that's played into the corner. There's Malcolm. Collette was there to try to swat it out of the zone. Now it's a 5-on-4. Played up to the near side. Handled into the corner there by Grant Hickman. And that will be cleared the length of the ice by the Centennial Chiefs. That's Ryan Mock, rather, in goal for York. I thought that was Carter Noonmaker. My apologies. From the right side, that one's going to be deflected into the corner. Garcia up to the line. That's going to be kept there by Maloney, but the Chiefs break that one up and they'll run it back the other way. There's a wrist shot that's deflected. That's going to go wide of the mark. And out of the zone they go. Here's the York Dukes. Plays that one rink wide too far. Robert Reimann gathers. He'll play back in behind his own net as he'll be cycled on the forecheck. Nice play there. Maloney plays that one. That one's going to be picked up and played out of the zone by the defense. Near side, nice stick there for Taylor. Plays into the corner. Reimann back in the corner with him. Nicholas Clough looking on off the corner. Back at the line, Maloney plays that in, and they're going to be offside at the line. So 1 goal on the power play for York, and they extend their lead now here in the first by 2 at 2-0. The Dukes have had the better of the play here throughout much of this first period as we get to the latter stages of it. Glorioso, the draw off the wall to the far side. That was Jensen to slam that in for York Hockey Club. Dukes go to work on the forecheck. Kuzabowski was stopped on the play on a nice forecheck pinch down the wall by Gulden Albergo. That's Gulden Albergo again to make the play back over to the far wall. They look to the slot area. That's going to be knocked off a stick and off the wall and through center ice. That is working its way, and that will be enough for an icing call. And we have a penalty coming up back in behind the play. And that's sportsmanlike conduct penalty being called. This will be to Centennial's Gunnar Hoyda. Minute 26 to show here in the period. It'll be Zins in on the draw for the Chiefs, along with Hickman. And the Chiefs get the draw and play that the length of the ice. Here's Salerno, puts on the brakes. That one's deflected back into the neutral zone. Played up the wall with speed across the line. That was nice entry there by Nehamick. And back the other way. Ooh, here's a chance for the Chiefs. Left wing on the feet. They got a man in front. Oh, that was a little bit behind. Great back pressure. Grant Hickman gave it up and got back with authority. Now back it across the line. They're going to be 3-on-2. Plenty of padding there as they'll play that one through, and it's going to be controlled by the Dukes. In front, that one was intended for Alex Fuentes and wide of the mark. Now Maloney has it. Left wing to right. Off the stick of Hickman. Off the side of the goal. Now it's going to be Nehamick with it. High off the glass. Nice read there. And chipped the length of the ice. Mario Maloney. He'll send a long pass to the near side. Waiting on that one was Alex Fuentes. Gets a little bit of help off the post. Whoa! Play on. Wow, that was at the buzzer. That hit the post. That was something else. And, of course, I didn't hit the replay. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back with more as it's 2-0 in favor of York after 1.
My grandfather opened our doors in 1930. Ever since, we've had one main goal: keeping customers and their families comfortable. Comfort isn't just about temperature. It's about your peace of mind working with us. Our reputation is built on quality work, integrity, and a team of experts second to none. We stand behind our guarantees, our work, and our people. That's been true for over 90 years. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, the comfort you deserve since 1930.
Let's take a look to see how we got here now at 2-0 in favor of the York Dukes. This is early on in the game. You'll watch number 92, Jack Nahamak, right there. He did a nice job coming out of the scrum there to get open into the soft area. That made it 1-0. We'll take a look at that second goal when we have a moment here. But the power play now will continue for the York Dukes as they lead 2-0 here, looking to get a championship trophy, which will make for a nice trip home if you can do that. That one's going to hop the stick, and the length of the ice it goes. York in control, back in behind the net. Over the near side, that's Madden Taylor. Up to the line, Taylor will receive that one. Back off the stick of Cahill as it's now 5-on-5. Back into the play there is Hoyta. And off the boards, that's Hickman. Oh, they had a man in the neutral zone in Ethan Lewis. Instead, they keep it near as Lewis now will take that feed from Gadiant. Nice stick save, turned away by Malk. From the left wing corner. Now it's the one-timer from the Chiefs. That's deflected. That one will sail up over the net. Over to the near corner. That's going to be Hoyta with it. Around the wall, foot race. Cut down there at the line by Garcia as he's going to play back into the corner. Wrapped around the wall by Cahill. There's a collision there. Nice check by Lococo, but possession. Hoyta plays it to left wing side. They had a man open down low, Brooks Larson. Now to the near side, it's Collette. He's going to be checked on the play. Out of the scrum, there's a wrister in on goal. That was from close range by Hoyta. Nice save again by Mauk. Now they'll turn this one to the near side off the boards. Foot race to the corner. Staying with that one was Logan Garcia. And there to find that puck was Cahill as he flips that one on the bounce to center, as it'll be William Collette to regroup back into his own zone. Dukes from center. Get some changes going. Got the long changes here in that second period. That's always a good talker here. That's off the skate. Evers had to reach back to make the play. And then that subsequently went back into the possession of Centennial. But nice job. Evers is there to play it off the board. Stayed with it. Up to center ice it goes. Gathered by Cook. Jackson Cook plays that back to his defensive partner. That's played ahead. That's off Nicholas Clough. Here's a loose pocket, a breakaway in on goal. Oh, a nice look, and that one misses the mark. Great opportunity there. That was off the stick of number 11, Andrew Petrelli. Right wing on the feed. Nice job. That's going to be handled back and across the line by Bergwald. They got that through the neutral zone there. Now it's going to be gathered and played by Glorioso. York Dukes off the boards a little bit too far. That was intended for Jensen. And with that, that's going to be an icing call. Let's take a look at that last scoring chance from the York Dukes. That one was just chipped and feathered ahead. Kind of had to race into this. Ran out of real estate a little bit there. And that was a great chance. A good bid to make it 3-0. Instead, we stay here at 2-0. We'll face it off inside the zone. As we are in the York Duke zone with Centennial from left to right in their white sweaters. York, of course, right to left in their dark and almost Kelly greenish, I would call it. Trim and white as well. There's a shot that's blocked into the corner. That was off Jensen's stick. He'll retrieve it as he's going to be watched on the play. Now it's going to be the Chiefs of Centennial back through center. Malepka played that into the far corner. Loser is there. Oh, they look out front. Puck's loose. They gather it. Shot and a save and a good bid there. That was a great look by Landemeyer. And we'll face off to the left of the goaltender, Ryan Mauk. Austin Alepka, the draw off the corner there. That was Landmeyer. That's blocked up high. Nice stick there to break that up. That's going to be pushed to center and played back into the corner. And Hammock has been all over the offensive side of this hockey game so far, as that's another whistle. We'll bring it inside the zone. We're going to keep it here side by side as we continue our coverage of the John E. Reimann Championship Junior Gold B Tournament. Quench Hydration, great product. It's taken hold. You can find it in most local grocers now. That's played back up through center. Long off the wall it goes. Maloney, they'll play this one off the boards. Nice feed up into the neutral zone. They're going to edge this one down low with a wrister. Scores! Oh, a short side effort there. That was just almost lulling you to sleep on the entry. Maloney. Actually, that was second goal of the game for Jack Nahamik. Take a look at this one on the replay. You'll see here is he'll gather that from center and just kind of edge his way. He had enough. Good read there. Head up, saw it the whole way. Nice goal there by the York Duke. Nahamik with the goal. His second of the game. He's having a game here. 3-0. York in control right now of this one and the puck as they play this one deep. That one's turned aside. Nice save made by the goaltender, Matthew Kaufman. Back up to the line. That's Evers over to the right wing side. There's a shot through traffic into the catch glove. Robert Salerno with the bid there. Looks like we're going to go wholesale on the change for the Chiefs. And we'll just change the forwards for the Dukes. Back in behind the net it goes. Oh, there's a nice play. They're going to try and hammer that in from the short side off the wall. Instead, it's played to center. Back it across the line. Bergwald with it. Plays that one into the corner. Ooh, there's a big collision there. See if I caught this one on the replay. High stick will be the call. There's the puck off the entry right here. He could probably go to the cross check there. So that'll put the Dukes on the power play, an opportunity to go up 4-0 off the draw. They control. Back on the line. Salerno. Oh, nice feed to the near side. Tough time handling there to the low slot area. That's going to be Garcia to play to center. Now gathered and played by Charles Malcolm. Back in across line. Malcolm will run into Hoyta as that'll force the whistle on the offside. Goal scoring so far in this one, it has been 25 seconds into the game. Jack Nahamik scores to make it 1-0 from Grant Hickman and Alex Fuentes. Then with 4 minutes and 11 seconds left in the period, it was Malcolm from Alex Fuentes, his second assist of the game, and Jack Nahamik, who now has a 2-point effort going. Nahamik scores again here in the second with 10:28 to go. Grant Hickman and Mario Maloney in on the assists for that one. in the box right now for the Centennial Chiefs as Casey Bergwald took the 2-minute minor for high stick. And on the power play they go, and they work that one up high. There's a shot that was taken there off the stick of Malcolm that was deflected over into the near corner. Chiefs will try to force that one through the slot area. One-timer slot and a big save. Ooh, what a nice bid there. Love that setup for Fuentes. Even a bigger save made there by Kaufman. We'll get set for this draw here. Now played back in behind the net. Dukes chase that one down to the corner. Nice play to protect there, Lococo. Oh, he's open in front. They had to force that one through, though, as he suddenly got closed in on there by the defense. Back up to the line. Oh, Maloney goes behind the back. They'll walk and shoot. Cahill. Glove save made. A nice look into the catch glove by Kaufman. Some nifty play up top by these Dukes defensemen. Nice draw there by everybody on the Duke side. Kicking that one free was Carson Forsberg. Now down on a shallow angle. Lococo try to force that one through. And possession in the hands of the Chiefs as they find the opening. And play this one rink wide into the corner. That's going to be knocked off the wall for Ryan Cahill. Well, it's turned over at the line. They have a man down low. There's a good defensive play turned in by Reimann. Now we're going to be back to 5-on-5 as they play this one back into the zone. As Bergwald tried to chase that one down. And instead, that's going to make it the length of the ice for an icing call. Now you can tell on the ice that checkered hat at center ice, of course, is for the great late Willard Eichela, the former Edina High School coach and legend, 600-plus game winner. Many state championships, set the tone for high school hockey and youth hockey in the city of Edina. He just passed away this past year, and it's a great thing the city did by putting his infamous checkered houndstooth hat on the ice as a memory for his work. Back to the corner now. Nice job to fish that one out. That was Benjamin Jensen, and the shot came from the blue line off William Loser. Loser and Malcolm back on the blue line. Nice hard work off the wall as that cycled toward the goal mouth area. That's Nahumik. Something offensive happening. He's usually around it. Malcolm off the boards. There's a shot from far out that's blocked on the way in. They'll find the glass and chip it back through the neutral zone. Yet that'll be an icing call. We'll bring it back into the Chiefs zone as they trail 3-0 here in this second period. Petroni in on the draw for the Dukes. He gets tied up neatly there on the play by Zins, and out of the zone go the Chiefs. They play that through the defense. Into the corner it goes. That's Colin Hayes watching there defensively. Off the boards, that's Hayes. That's deflected into the zone and flipped up through everyone. Is that going to make it in? Yeah, it is on goal. And why not cover it? You had a 2-on-0 coming your way. As that was Schenkenberg, and he was joined as well on the way down the ice there. Let's see who that is. Let's see if I can get a number turn here. Yeah, that was number 63, Anthony Petroni. They were definitely, gave him no option but to cover that one. Ooh, a hooking call is going to come up, I'm sure. Back in from the corner. That's going to be on the Dukes. Out of the zone, Bergwald can skate. He's a big fella. Bergwald, oh, he glances that one off the post. The carom comes up high. It's controlled by the Chiefs. As Hoyta there. And you've got a hook from the corner. And this is a big opportunity. 6 minutes to go exactly here in the second period. And it's going to be Pettorelli that's going to go for the hold. I think he got another one too as well. Kind of unsportsmanlike. So what was a big kill is going to become an even bigger kill now for the York Chiefs. They'll have to send someone over to serve. Actually, that'll be his third penalty. So you have the game DQ in junior gold hockey after 3 penalties. A lot of people have said, well, why not 5? I had officials explain to me, usually if there's 3, there will be 5. So they make it 3. It's like tough. If you have a tough game, it can end quickly. But you do not sit out the next, which is not what that rule is intended for. Played back in deep off the stick of Lococo. And it's the Chiefs that are going to work it back in against the grain. Nice touch pass. That was Garcia. Now angling his way in is Bergwald as he stays with it up to the line. Now waiting on that's Hoyta. He puts on the brakes. Nifty pass there. They'll walk and shoot. That one's deflected off gear over to the far corner. Now the Chiefs control in front. That's going to be fluttered back through center and out of play, or out of the zone rather. As here comes Centennial. Back in behind the net, around the wall. That's played by Cahill, but picked up by the Chiefs as they maintain the offensive zone. Hoyta will carry this back in behind, stays with it. Over to the near side. That's going to be Evers. Or check that, that's Garcia. Now in front, that's deflected. Oh, it's Gunnar Hoyta again. Garcia takes over. Feeds that one down low. They've got Bergwald in front, the big frame. He's got the stick down, wanted the redirect, doing a nice save made. Good looks there, and Mauk shut the door. Big jamming check on the near wall. That was thrown there by Bergwald, forces a turnover. There's some chances off the side of the net. Wow, some great goaltending here turned in by the Dukes. Hoyta down the wall. That's a redirect by Garcia. And a couple of great looks there by the Chiefs. Shots on goal, by the way, now read, well, after one period, it was 9-6 in favor of York. Those are not being kept up through the periods, so we'll just leave it there. Off the draw. It'll be slammed down into the Centennial zone, set up off behind the net by Kaufman. Quickly through center, it's Brady Zins. He's going to get that one in deep. Malcolm gets enough of a stick on that one. Landmeyer from the corners. That's going to get away from Nalepka. And that goes into the bench area, and that will force a whistle with the faceoff inside the zone in Chiefs territory. Off the boards, controlled and played to the near side. There's Collette, gets this one back. Was fed that puck from Jake Gadiant, who has it now. Plays that to the left wing. Zins gains the line. That's off a pair of skates, and they'll be forced to retreat back into their own zone. That was Collette, plays that one hard to the left wing side. That pass was picked off and skated back up the ice. Down the right wing, a man in front, scores! Wow, you could see that one developing all day long. And a big goal scored there by Centennial, as not only were they shorthanded, but they're pretty much killed off that penalty. Let's take a look at this one on the replay. This is a beauty right here. It's going to be Grant Hickman going to the net. Stick down, that's it. Boom! Wow, that's a great goal there. Now 4-0 in favor of York, Illinois, the Dukes. That was with 1:07 showing on the clock. Malcolm picks up another assist here. It's off the boards and played through neutral. Don't forget, we'll be doing ice here between the second and third. Then we'll have the conclusion of this one right after. Chiefs will play off the boards, gathered by Salerno into his own zone. That's going to be Bergwald with it. Here comes Bergwald. He's going to carry this one up the right wing side. He runs into some traffic there. Wants it back from the near boards. And instead over to the right wing side it goes. Here they go with it across the line. Played back in. Chiefs now will regroup. We'll play this one rink wide. That one too far. And now they'll gather this one. We're now even up at 5-on-5. That one's off the stick. Nehamic was trying to chase that one down. Slot Maloney's shots turned aside. And that's going to be an icing call. That one was off the stick of Logan Claflin. He wanted that one back for sure. Glorioso to square up in the face-off circle. That one went off the shins in the oncoming Landmeyer. So he went up to the blue line after his face-off duties. Blocked part of that. Now it's going to be the Dukes in control to the slot. That's going to be wide of the mark. Nehamic was there. Now it's going to be picked up by the Chiefs. Hard-working shift right here. Body check thrown there by Landmeyer. Brings Nehamic down. In to help out now is going to be Glorioso. It's a really muddy battle off the corner here. Not a lot of real estate. Clough will play that around the wall. Try to advance that one ahead, but instead it's going to be really good sticks and good body here by the York Dukes to keep the offensive zone. Back down into the corner, it's Jensen. Jensen plays that behind. There's a puck that's played through. There's a shot attempt there by Golden Albergo. Now at center, it's going to be Reimann. He had some pressure there from Golden Albergo. Now to the near side. On the tape, controlled by the Chiefs, Nalepka. And now it'll be handled by Ryan Cahill. Right wing side, played up to the neutral zone. Kuzabaski was there to play back in deep. Now Cahill has some pressure coming his way. Forechecking is Nalepka. Around the wall it goes. It was Forsberg that was there momentarily. They'll chip the glass, and this one will make it the length of the ice for an icing call. So we'll reset back into the Centennial zone here. Two goals in the first, two in the second for the York Dukes. That sets up the difference in this hockey game right now. At the buzzer, that does it for the second period. As we will take a break here, step away as the Zamboni hits the ice. We'll be back with more as we continue to start the third period. You're watching the 49th annual John E. Reimann Junior Gold B Championship game. The York Dukes lead the Centennial Chiefs 4-0. More in a moment.
My grandfather opened our doors in 1930. Ever since, we've had one main goal: keeping customers and their families comfortable. Comfort isn't just about temperature, it's about your peace of mind working with us. Our reputation is built on quality work, integrity, and a team of experts second to none. We stand behind our guarantees, our work, and our people. That's been true for over 90 years. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, the comfort you deserve since 1930.
It's come to this, the third period. York Dukes leading the Centennial Chiefs by a score of 4-0 as we look to bring this one home between these two teams. Both have had themselves a nice tournament to get here. I mean, I'm looking ahead at the clock here. We've got Chicago Bears and the Rams squaring off to do battle, I believe 5:30 p.m. That's on NBC. So I know a lot of people on this broadcast are very excited and wearing their Bears gear, and rightfully so. It'll be a lot of fun to see how that one shakes down. Caleb Williams and Matthew Stafford, the quarterback helm, but plenty of help with the other 20 players on the field, including special teams to be added to that. It's going to be a fun one to watch from Soldier. Back from the corner now, it's going to be the Chiefs with it. Played over to the right wing side. Nice play to get away from traffic. That's cut away to the near wall. Turning that one in off the stick of Centennial, that was Jackson Cook. Oh, nice move to the forehand. That one's just over the top of the goal. The big carom rolls it back into the neutral zone. That was off the stick of Salerno, and now it's going to be gathered and played by the stick of Benjamin Jensen. Back in behind from the corner, it's the Chiefs with it out of the zone. Need to get something going here to get back into this one. Played back in by Salerno, wide of the mark. That's going to be Cook. Cook will lose the handle there. He ran into a nice forecheck there by Hickman. They continue to stay strong on the puck. Oh, nice move out front to the forehand. Rebound, scores! Oh, the buildup on that was legit. You could see it coming a mile away. And a nice goal and a nice finish by the York Dukes as they go up by a score of 5-0. Let's take a look at this one on the replay right now. Early on here in this period. You know who that's going to be? That's going to be, of course, take a look here. Sorry about that. That goal is going to be scored by Jack Nahamick. I like this play. Look at that. Down in the phone booth there. Whoa, what a play. Fuentes and Hickman in on the assist there. Wow. That was good stuff for sure. 5-0 now the score. The score here. There's a shot that's played off the stick of Hoyta. Wraparound attempt, side of the cage. Puck's loose. That one nearly found the back of the net. And that's played back up through center ice. Here comes a foot race for that loose change. Nice hustle back by Schenkenberg. Schenkenberg is bothered on the play. Petroni. They'll play that one out of the zone. Here they come. Chiefs with an opportunity. They're 2-on-4. That was read neatly. And that was turned aside by Mauk in goal. Over to the left wing side. That's going to be Schenkenberg again as he's going to play that one in. Now it's going to be gathered out of there by Reimann. They're checked that was Clough. Clough will be stood up on the play. He's going to have a little bit of help along the way. And now, oh, there's a nice turnover there. Lewis tried to play that one out of the zone. That's now on the stick of Lococo. He's on the off wing as he tried to play that one towards center. Was looking for Madden Taylor. This one comes back over to the right wing side. Chiefs, they wanted a long pass ahead. No room there at the end as it's shut down, and Maloney will play that one in. Nice neutral zone play there by Taylor. Now Maloney. They'll wait for their men to jump on side as they'll throw that one back in wide of the mark. Now it's Garcia with it. Logan Garcia back into the corner. Now it's Jake Gadiant. That's going to be sent toward the goal mouth area there by Lococo. Off the side of the cage, played into the corner by Landmeyer. They'll marshal that one down the wall. That's Nahamick from the line. Shot, that's wide of the mark. And it's going to be controlled and played back through center ice. Icing will be the call. And we'll bring that back into their zone of the Chiefs. As far as running games here from Braemar Arena, I think it's a couple weeks off here before we get to the Bob O'Connor tournament. It's always, that one's classic. It's squirts and some peewees, some bantams. It's got a great blend. There's a shot from far out taken in on goal by Alexander Golden Albergo. Sticks get up into the slot area. We're going to take a couple. You got to put an end to any of that stuff, right? Benjamin Jensen's going to go with an unsportsmanlike conduct of York, but they're only taking one. But they're going to take them both. Off the draw, it's controlled and played to the slot area. Chiefs will come away with that puck. That one's cleared off the glass and sent the length of the ice. Back into the corner, that's going to be set up for Gavin Berg. Gavin Berg will carry this one hard up the right wing side, looks to gain some real estate there. Malcolm will come over to watch him. Played over to the top of the right circle, controlled by the Chiefs. Oh, nice stick there, broken up. Wow, that was good read by Glorioso. Picked up now by the Chiefs. We're going to get this one back in across the line. They go outside in on the play. That's Hoyta with it. Wraparound attempt in front. He was looking for Bergwald. And pitting up along that left post was Ryan Mauk. Jensen's penalty taken with 9:10 to go here in the third. You heard the infamous clock, clock, clock. Well, it's running time at 5. I know they distribute the rules to everybody, but sometimes we choose not to. It's 5 goals at any point in this tournament. There's a wrist shot played through the slot area. Zins. Oh, nice foot race here. Up the right wing side, in on goal. Oh, that one slithers just wide. Now it's the Chiefs in control. They'll try to make a play through traffic there as it's ushered back in by the Dukes. The Chiefs will try to break this one back up the right wing side. On the ice steps Jensen back to 5-on-5. From the corner, that's William Collette. He'll have to hustle into the corner. It's played around to the near side. Waiting there is Nalepka. And that's cut down at the center ice area by Jensen as he'll play that one in deep. Checked on the play was Petroni. Down with some pressure is Landmeyer. And this puck will be played from center in deep by York. Now it's going to be handled and played back in behind their net. Off the near wall. Hoyta across the line. He'll be bothered on the play. Nice stick by Maloney to force that one into the corner. And here they come back out of the zone. It's the Dukes. On the move, they've got a possible 2-on-0 if they hurry. A good look in front. Oh, what a nice save made. Woohoo! Matthew Kaufman from left to right. Showed some athleticism. Great pad save there to close the door. We stay 5-0 and play on here in the third period. Well, that was a slow developing, then quick developing 2-on-0. We have a slashing minor that's going to be called here. 5:10 to go here in this hockey game. Nicholas Clough is going to get called on that one. Glorioso on the draw, back up to the line. That's going to be Salerno, near side for Malcolm. Back over for Salerno, into the corner. Jensen, now Malcolm, wrist shot, traffic, puck's loose. That's going to be gathered and played off the boards, but not out. Now Sauce play to the near side. Back down into the corner, that was Jensen. Malcolm, backdoor one-timer. That got underneath that puck a bit. Off the glass it goes. Jensen, long shot out. That's wide of the mark. Glorioso with some chasing him there. That's going to be played to the near side. Malcolm is checked. Bouncing puck to the low slot area, and it's going to be the Chiefs that gather and play that one the length of the ice as they'll work the one-man forecheck with Bergwald looking on. Over to the right wing side, through the zone they go with it. Golden Albergo. He had him trolling down low. That's going to be picked up by the Chiefs. That's going to be stripped away and played over to the far side. That's going to be Salerno. Back into the corner. They'll look back high to the near side. And from the corner, that's going to be Jensen. He plays that one up. Malcolm shot, traffic, rebound, scores. A rebound goal on the power play, finished off down low. I believe that was number 26, Alexander Golden Albergo. We'll get a look at this one on replay. This one makes it 6-0 now. There's nice puck movement there up high. Malcolm shot, the original save, the rebound gathered and finished. And the power play goal puts them up 6-0. Wow, nice play there off the near boards. Pinched off neatly by Fuentes. Back into the corner. That's going to be Nahumik. Looks toward the slot area. That was Colson Skoy had to get his gear there. Lost the glove and the stick. Now from the corner, it's the Chiefs. It's Nicholas Clough off the boards. Kept at the line and put back in on goal. 6-0. York with 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. Guided along to the right wing, up high it goes. And a penalty coming up. We'll see what we have here. This will be a roughing call. That'll go against Fuentes with 2:08 to go. He'll pretty much be there for the duration of this one as the clock runs down. And it's just a formality here for York and the Dukes. Can they keep the shutout intact and pick up the 49th annual John E. Reimann Junior Gold B Championship Trophy hardware, 12-team field here at the JGB level. They'll walk this one up high, and it's controlled by Hoyta. They'll walk down into the corner. That shot's in on goal, turned aside. That was Brooks Larson with the bid. But instead, back the other way come the Dukes. They're not done. There's a shot that went up high over the top of the goal by Kenneth Galwas. Now it's going to be Hoyta. Back into the corner. Glorioso watches him. That's going to be cleared the length of the ice. No ice on the play there. Back to retreat and regroup as Bergwald. We had some more pleasantries back in behind the play. It's going to be Hoyta that's going to go. This is the old take your time, talk things over, and let the buzzer buzz. Cross check will be the call. A veteran official here as we're just going to let it. We're going to go into the zone here anyway. Carson Forsberg in the face-off circle. To the near boards it goes. That's played to the neutral zone and just shoveled right back in by the Dukes. Clock is running low. They're feeling it right here as we're going to get down to 0. And there they go. They're champions of the 49th annual John E. Reimann Junior Gold B tournament are the York Dukes. Congratulations on a great tournament and a terrific weekend here in Edina, Minnesota, as they will take home the championship hardware. And we'll keep it here for a moment as they celebrate. And there you go, your final score. On the board, 6-0 York.